Fat Cat. There we go.
What up?
How you feeling? How's everything sound?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good? Everything good?
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate everybody joining us on this Sunday. This is episode 174. I'm with the legendary Fat Cat. Thank you for joining us this evening, Fat Cat. For those who may have forgot, may not have known, can you take us back to where Fat Cat was born and raised?
Detroit City, baby. Born and raised. East side of Detroit.
No doubt. Coming out of Detroit, earlier on, before you got into hip hop, what were some of the earlier artists that you witnessed coming out of Detroit first?
Man. AWOL, Chaos and Maestro, Poncho, B Def, Detroit Most Wanted, fucking
Awesome Dre.
Oh damn, that's Big Bro right there. Awesome Dre, can't forget about him. Jack Frost. I mean, these Detroit legends, man.
Right. So what point did Fat Cat decide to pick up the pad and pen and pursue this as a career?
It was like right after high school, man. I was always writing. I was always like in the creative writing and things like that. But I just took it serious after high school. But 8th grade, my brother took me to the Fresh Fest, and I saw that. I saw the Fat Boys, Run DMC, the New York City Breakers. Came home and was like, told my mom, like, yo, I think I know what I want to do. And
right.
It was on and popping ever since then.
What was your creative process earlier on? A lot of MCs would say they needed a beat to write, or they were writing without the beat. For Fat Cat personally, what was your creative process?
Just off of feeling, man. And I always wrote, and it was like putting a piece to a puzzle. So like I would probably already write, and then I put the rhyme to the beat, but yeah, it just came natural.
Right. Earlier on, were you doing the solo thing first, or were you in the group thing first? Let's say before First Down, were you in a group?
Well, I was always a solo artist, and then I was with another guy, and we was a group. And he didn't want to do it anymore, so then I started doing the solo thing, and then it was on and popping ever since then.
So as a solo artist, before First Down, were you doing demos? Were you about to get signed?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was, the whole thing: demos, talent shows. First time I ever did something in front of people, it was at the spot we got called the Northwest Activity Center, and I got in this talent show. It was like 100 people or whatever, and I entered it, and a lot of people didn't even know I rap, and I fucking won the shit. You know what I mean? It was crazy after that.
Right. So at what point did First Down come into play?
First Down came into play after I was in this record store called Chantonique Records, and I was going to buy the Gangstar Hard to Earn, and it was a Tuesday, raining.
94.
Going in there to buy the Gangstar Hard to Earn. I was the only one in the record store, and the owner, her name was Josie. She still have the store. Actually, our birthdays on the same day too. So I'm in there buying a record. It's raining. I'm looking at the door. Fucking Guru and Premier walking in the door. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, damn, I was coming to buy y'all a record, man. You know what I mean? They was actually in Detroit on a promotional tour. So I was buying the record. getting ready to leave, and she was like, "Hey, did you tell you rap or whatever?" He was like, "No, you rap." I was like, "Yeah." So I went to the car, got the CD, came back. I mean, the cassette. Came back, threw it in. I was like, "Oh shit, this you?" I'm like, "Yeah, this me." He was like, "Man, this is dope. Who did the production?" I was like, "My boy JD." And it was like, "Man, this shit is dope." I was like, kind of cocky and shit. I'm like, "I know it's dope." You know what I mean? And Guru was like, "No, man, for real, man. Take this number, call this number, blah blah blah." And I did it. Sent them the demo. Week later, Dino Del Valle called me. Next thing you know, we signed to Payday Records, and that's when the First Down project came out.
Very dope. If we can rewind just a little bit to you meeting Jay Dilla, who I think at the time went by the name of John Doe.
Yep.
So how did you guys?
Well, it was a spot in Detroit called the Rhythm Kitchen where we all used to go. It was a Chinese food place where we used to all go, and it was an open mic. Proof used to host the open mic, and it was him and Maurice Malone. They had a function that they did there on Tuesdays, and it was a Chinese food place. You get you some Chinese food, listen to some underground rap, which, hip hop wasn't really cool in Detroit then because it was all about gangster rap. You know what I mean? So it was kind of cool that this spot was where all the hip hop cats would congregate at and sharpen their skills or whatever. And that's where I met JD at in the parking lot. You know what I mean? And sitting in his little kind of car he had, a little Escort, a burgundy Ford Escort, and we sitting in there, and he playing the joints. And I'm like, damn, this shit is dope. And we just formed a camaraderie after that, man, and it just grew and blossomed into something dope.
Right. You talked about getting a deal with Payday. What was that deal initially for? Was it just a singles deal, or was it supposed to be an album deal?
It was a singles deal for the A Day with the Homies in Front Street.
When that single dropped, what kind of buzz, what kind of reception did you guys receive?
I mean, it was cool, but the label folded right after the single dropped. So it didn't really generate, a buzz like that because like right after the single drop, the label folded. So it was like in limbo. And was kind of salty about that. And at the same time that was all happening, Slum Village was bubbling. And that was my crew. And so I was on the first Fantastic Volume 1. I was on that. And while they was doing that, me and Dilla was always, still recording. And yeah, I was just waiting in the wings, man, waiting on my turn.
Right. What were you witnessing in the studio with Slum Village at the time?
Well, I was there for the whole process from when they created the joint, and even on the Volume 1, they got a song called the Fat Cat song.
Right.
So yeah, I was there from the beginning, man. So I'm still here. I'm still my guys.
No doubt. You ended up working with House Shoes at one point for Dedication to the Suckers?
Well, actually, Dedication to the Suckers came about with, me and Dilla already recorded that. And actually we recorded it one night, like in a few hours. And everything was one take too. But anyway, the whole the situation with House Shoes came. I mean, House Shoes was always, he was always our homeboy. And him and this guy named Brian Gillespie, that's who put the Dedication to the Suckers out. And actually we pressed up like 700 white labels. And we sent them out. And then we got a buzz back from Japan, and they wanted to order 5,000 of them, and we didn't have 5,000 of them. So they paid up front and pressed the dedication to the suckers up, and it just started to spread like wildfire, man. And it was on and popping after that. Slum was already touring. It was doing it was touring with Tribe Called Quest. They took me out on the road with them, and I was opening up, and also was doing the Fat Cat song. And yeah, man, it just started to bubble. Everything was bubbling around that time.
Right. Would you consider that one of your favorite tours of all time?
One of my favorite tours of all time was the OK Player tour with the Roots. And I actually met, well, we was on tour with D'Angelo in Europe. And I was opening up for Slum. And, you know, Slum was opening up for D'Angelo. And Questlove was the drummer. So I'm in the dressing room after my set. And, you know, Questlove walked past. And then he started beatboxing, Don't Nobody Care About Us. And he was like, yeah, I know who you is, or whatever. And he was like, yo, we doing a tour when we get back to the States, man. We want you to be a part of it. And yeah, they flew me out to Philly, rehearsed with the band, they learned my stuff, and yeah, man, OK Player tour. We did like 52 cities. It was myself, Slum Village, Bahamadia, Guru, Talib Kweli, The Roots, Dice Raw, the Jazzy Vat Nasties, Jaguar Wright, and like whatever city we'd go to, like whoever was there and popping, like we'd go to New York, and then De La Soul would come out, or you know, like all the great artists would come out and rock, you know, with the band. And yeah, man, that was a really dope tour.
So what was that, about 2000, 2001?
2000.
Okay. Around 2001, the Fat Cat Discography CD drops. Was that official, or was that something somebody put together?
That was something I put together.
Okay. What kind of buzz did that get?
Well, it got a pretty good buzz. Actually, I put it out, and K Fresh, he had linked me with this guy that was pressing CDs. So I met him and just used to pay him, and the guy used to press the CDs up for me, and you know, we used to send them out, ship them out ourselves, and yeah, it was making some noise.
Very dope. Also, 2001, Dilla's talking about putting out his solo project, Welcome to Detroit. What do you remember the most about this time?
Welcome to Detroit, man. That was crazy. I get a phone call from Dilla, and he's like, man, come to the crib, whatever. So I come over, and he was like, yeah, man, I linked with this guy from the UK named Peter, man, and I'm about to do a project or whatever. And I'm like, okay, let's go. So we sitting there like we always do, sit around, joke, smoke, talk shit. And he came up with the joint right there on the spot. And I just rapped to it right on the spot. You know what I mean? And that was the first song off of Welcome to Detroit that was recorded, was my joint. So yeah, man, that was crazy. Peter flew us out to the UK. We did press and all that. It was myself, Frank and Dank, Dilla, and our manager Tim Maynard. They flew us out there, and we did the press for that. Then they flew us to Miami. We did the Winter Music Conference. It was crazy. We met Daft Punk, and they didn't have the helmets on, so we didn't know who they was. And it was just a crazy time, man. It was a lot of stuff happening during that time.
Right. Throughout this time, I believe you're shopping demos. At what point did you get with Barack Records, and were there any other labels that you were looking at the time?
Yeah, well, Barack came after Virgin, because I was signed to Virgin UK. I got signed to Virgin UK, recorded an album, and then that's when everything just started going crazy over at Virgin UK. And like they started like people was losing jobs, and it was just crazy. And yeah, so I recorded a whole album over there, and the label, the guy, his name was Nigel Wildman. That's who got me signed to Virgin UK, and he lost his job, and so the artist that he was signed, we were just left in limbo, and like I said, I was still touring with Slum and recording and things like that, and they were signed to Barack, and that's how I ended up getting signed to Barack, and I knew RJ forever, the owner of Barack, because that's where I actually recorded the first Down demo. I recorded it at Amp Fiddler's crib, and then we did a re-recording at RJ Rice's house. And that was just like my man's, for a long time. And it just made sense to, sign and put the record out with Barack. I was already, running with Slum, and it just made sense.